What's up, y'all? It's Brandon from Flesh and Blood Brothers, and today I wanted to give you my thoughts on the Outsiders sealed and draft play experience. And I'm just going to give you my thoughts on the rares and the commons. You can't rely on Majestics for your sealed or draft deck. Without further ado, Assassin has access to a lot of these stealth attacks, which obviously synergize with Uzuri, and Arachne gives each stealth attack the first stealth attack each turn go again. So one of the more powerful stealth attacks is Backstab. It says defense reactions can't be played in their chain link. So that's obviously strong against Riptide. When you combine that with cards that buff stealth or assassin attacks in general, you'll be doing a lot of damage. And with his Uzuri especially, I think you should grab every color of this. But in Arachne, I think you're fine with just... Well, even in Arachne, I think this is one of the better stealth attacks available to you. So keep that in mind. Stealth Attack is another very strong card in Sealed and Draft. Basically with Uzuri, you're going to swap this in. It's just going to be a vanilla 7 right there. And in Arachne, it costs 2, so you can use an attack reaction well. This is Assassin Attack, but it doesn't have Stealth. So yeah, this is probably best for Uzuri. I would even go with the yellow as well because it's 6 power, and that's good in sealed. These spike cards are rares as well, but they're all very good, especially Blood Rot and Frailty. Well, they're like I said, they're all good, but yeah, basically it's going to buff those stealth attacks by 3 and give the Blood Rot Pox token, Frailty token, or Inertia token. So these all have really good value, and they're going to do well in both Arachne and Uzuri. Definitely want to pick those up. Those are some heavy hitters in Assassin. Infect is also a very, very, very good stealth attack. 033 creates a Blood Red Pox when it hits. So you combine this with any of the spike cards coming in for 6 and give them some multiple tokens. Yeah, Uzuri and Arachne definitely want to grab as much of these as possible, in my opinion. Isolate is a 033 stealth with Dominate. This is one of the weaker ones. But with Uzuri, I think you want to grab the blues. Could be okay in Arachne too. Just, you probably want to get as much stealth as you can to get the synergies going with the deck. But yeah, it's on the weaker side. Same with Malign. Stealth card does its job. Can't be prevented. This is actually pretty good in sealed because the sealed armor is all about preventing damage. Like you pay 1 to prevent 1 damage. So if they still have their armor available and they're saving it, if their life gets too low, this you can hit it with this and punish them for that. So it'll have some use in sealed, I would say, not so much CC. Prowl is strictly a Arachne card. Arachne's gonna be the only one with Go Again. Uzuri's not gonna be able to rely on Go Again, so Arachne's the only one who's gonna get the full value out of this. So this is on the weaker side as well. The stealth cards. Sedate creates an inertia token. I would grab these as much as you can. I would rate Infect higher than this, but I would definitely, in a sealed and draft environment, I would definitely pick this up. One of the stronger stealth cards for sure. Same with Wither. Creates a Fealty token when it hits 033. Definitely pick that up as well. I think Wither's a little bit better than Sedate with ninjas running around. And then Razor's Edge is just a 0, blocks 3 reaction that gives stealth attack plus 3. So obviously that synergizes with everything up here. And you'll activate the hit effects on these bad boys. Pick these up, and it's a blue 0, block 3 for your dagger. So yeah, that's just the commons and rares, guys, for Assassin. So yeah, definitely have good options available. I think they'll be decently strong in the sealed and draft environment. Next up is Ninja. You got Katsu and you got Benji. They'll be using Kodachi's 0-1 Go Again, cost 1. Bonds of Ancestry will definitely be huge because you have Descendant Gust Wave here and you have Be Like Water here. So you Be Like Water. Oh, sorry. Be Like Water can't do it. My apologies. Bonds of Ancestry will be going off when you have Descendant Gust Wave in your hand, and you can also use Mask of Many Faces to name Gust Wave in an attack with Go Again and enable this. And basically that'll make this a 0 for 4 with Go Again, with the ability to banish a card from your deck to tutor a card with combo from your banish one from your graveyard, get one from your deck, and play it this turn. So 0 for 4 go again, draw a card essentially. So yeah, you basically want to pick up as many copies of these as possible, red and yellow especially. Recoil's new. It combos off of Head Jab, and that if it hits, they put a card from their hand on top of their deck. So this will be very good in sealed. We have ninjas, we have rangers, we have assassins. They want to keep larger hands to be able to pump their attacks, use their weapon, pump their attacks, etc. So having the threat of putting a card on top of their deck is very good. And in Benji, if it attacks for 2, they can't defend with cards from their hand. So you can get those hit effects through and have them put cards on top of their deck. So I think Recoil is definitely a strong choice in draft. Spinning Wheel Kick, this is going to be very good and constructed. Yeah, this is basically a way to prevent yourself from getting fatigued. At the very least, it's a 1/4 go again, which is very good and sealed. Very, very good. And it comes with Twin Twisters and Spinning Wheel Kick, which is itself. You can be putting them on the bottom of your deck. So yeah, I see this as a pretty strong card. 1/4 go again is the bottom, so definitely pick up the reds. Yeah, pick them all up. It's a good card. Back Heel Kick, 0 for 3, blocks for 3. Combos off of Twin Twisters. It would gain 1 more attack. So Twin Twisters gives it 1+1, so it's a 0 for 5 essentially. So it's a little bit cute. So maybe grab like 1 or 2 of these. Not something to build around, but yeah, it's something cute. If you have Twin Twisters, it'd be like water, because you can use Be Like Water. So Be Like Water is a 0 for 3 go again. Definitely pick up as many of these as you can in all colors. And you can pay 1 to choose Head Jab, Surging Strike, or Twin Twisters, which will enable all these other combos that we've been talking about. So yeah, Be Like Water is going to be like the glue in your deck. So definitely Spinning Wheel Kicks, Be Like Water, Bonds. All these cards are very strong. Back Heel Kick's the only cute one so far. Same with Deadly Duo. This is like a Benji card. 1 for 3 go again, which isn't as good as 0 for 3 go again, but gives the next card with 2 or less space +2. So yeah, very good in Benji. Pick a bunch of these up if you're Benji. Descending Gust Wave, huge for Katsu. Yeah, combos off of Surging Strike, which is a 2 for 5 go again. So that becomes a 0 for 5 go again. And then that makes Bonds of Majesty a 0 for 4 go again. So yeah, it gets pretty insane. Definitely pick up a lot of the Gust Wave. Head Jab is your 0 for 3 go again foundation. 1/2 Punch is kind of a cute card too. If Head Jab was the last attack, when this hits, deal 2 damage to them. It's a good way to deal direct damage. So yeah, that's another cute card. I would put it on the same level as Back Heel Kick, but maybe a little bit better. Surging Strike is a reprint 2 for 5 go again. That's your combo starter for Gust Wave, which is very good and very strong. And then Twin Twisters, it's a 1 for 4 go again, or 1 for 3 go again. Give your next attack +1. So this is also a very good glue. All these cards are very strong and got a good rate. I would prioritize everything except for Deadly Duo, Back Heel Kick. Ninja's looking pretty strong, actually. But so is Assassin. I like Assassin's use of the tokens. On the Ranger, you have Azalea, and you have Riptide. I'm not sure why they're not showing up, but I'm still new to February. But Azalea gives an arrow Dominate when an arrow is on the top card of their deck. And there's many ways to make sure you have an arrow you want to dominate on top. But yeah, they have this equipment with Blade Break. When you defend, you can look at the top card of anyone's deck, so you can make sure you have a nice arrow up there. Alright, pick it up right where I left off. My camera crashed. It's back up and running. Boulder Trap, 0 for 3. When it defends an attack with greater than its base, blah blah blah. Put a -1 token on their equipment. The Blade Break equipment is common, but you have to draft it. This is much better constructed than draft and sealed. Pendulum Trap, 0 for 3. If they have played or activated a reaction, this Chain Link, put the top 2 cards of the deck into the graveyard. It's decent. Very good against Uzuri. It's not bad. It's okay. Tar Pit Trap. When a defensive attack would go again, the next time an attack extra card hits, effects don't trigger. There's no snatches or anything to worry about in draft and sealed, so it's okay. The hit effects I mean, Ninja has some hit effects. Assassin has some hit effects. So maybe it's okay. Maybe it's alright. We have Fletch with a red, yellow, and blue tail. Fletch with red tail is going to be really good because people are going to be wanting reds for their attacks. It's a 1 cost, gives your next arrow +4, which is crazy. Crazy pump. And if it has an aim counter, red cards at -1 while defending this. Crazy good card and sealed. 1 for 4 pump alone. And then if they have to block with red cards, they're going to have -1 defense. That's crazy. Then yellow goes +3, and then blue goes +2. So these are going to be good filler in your deck in any color, but yeah, preferably the red. That's a rare. And then you got Lace with Blood Rot, Frailty, and Inertia. 0 cost, +3, go again, creates a token of that type when it hits. These are very, very good pumps, especially, well, both Hunters, or both Rangers, especially Riptide, because he can play this 0 for 3, go again, put an arrow in his arsenal with his hero ability and go to town. Awesome 0 for 3 pump right there. Falcon Wing, 0 for 3, go again. If it has name counter, 0 for 4, go again. So just a standard good arrow. Infecting Shot is probably the best arrow. 1 for 5. If it has an aim counter, it's a 1 for 6. And when it hits, create a Blood Red Pox, which is another 2 damage, so that's a 1 for 8. Blocks 3. This is sick. Get as many infecting shots as you can in any color. Murkmire Grapple, 0 for 4. If it has the aim counter, gets +1. And damage dealt by this can't be prevented. If it has it, or yeah, it's just straight up damage dealt, can't be prevented. Very good and sealed. Like I said, all the generic equipment, the token equipment has prevention. So yeah, if they're saving their armor, no big deal. That'll get around it. Pretty good card, especially in Riptide, I would say. Sedation Shot, same thing. 1 for 5, 1 for 6 with aim counter. Creates the token. Why not? It's good. It's a good one. Skybound, 1 for 5, aim counter +1. So basically, if you're not finding these infecting and sedation shots, pick up this, and it's a vanilla 1 for 6. Not too bad. Fire Sniping is good in Azalea. More so Azalea than Riptide, but either way, looking at your deck is pretty good and sealed. 1 for 5. When you turn it face up in Arsenal, look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put them back in any order. Especially good for Azalea with her hero ability, but Riptide can get some value out of it as well. Widowmaker, not so good in constructed, but very good in draft and sealed because the equipment doesn't block. So yeah, it's 1 for 4, but if it's defended by fewer than 2 cards, it has +3. People have to respect it, and defense reactions can't be played to it, so it's pretty good against certain heroes. Withering Shot, 1 for 6, creative frailty, yes. Now we're on to some of the hybrid cards. Assassin Ninja, Mask of Shipping Perspectives. When a dagger hits, you can put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck to draw a card, to filter a card, and it has Blade Break. Blade Cuff is pretty good. As an action, you can pay 2, destroy it. Your daggers gain +1 this turn, go again. Not too bad. Bleed Out is a 2 for 4, go again, but it costs X less, where X is the damage dealt by daggers. It's combat chain, so Kodachi, 0 for 4, go again. It's not bad. It's alright. Hurl, 0 for 3, go again, but you can pay 1 to throw a dagger, hit with the dagger, and deal damage. It's okay. Surprise damage at the end of the game isn't bad, but I would put it lower on the priority list for sure when you're drafting. Plunge, 1 for 3, go again with this. Hits your next dagger attack gains +1. Not that great. Short and Sharp, 1 cost. Dagger gains +3. Or target attack action card with 2 or less base damage gains +3. So this is pretty sneaky and good in Benji, I guess. But yeah, it's just, a little cheeky attack reaction if you need some in your deck. Mask of Malicious Manifestations, Assassin Ranger Head, Blade Break. You can pay 1, put a card from your hand or arsenal on the bottom of your deck, and then reveal cards from the top of your deck until you reveal an attack and put it in your hand, and then shuffle. Pretty good, especially for Ranger, I would say, to get an arrow when you brick and you really need it. Toxic Tips. I think this is a very, very, very good piece of equipment and sealed. I think I would be grabbing this very, very quickly if I would ever see it. You destroy it. You pay 1, destroy it. Next attack action card you play, when it hits a hero, you can create a Frailty, Inertia, or Blood Red Pox token under their control. So yeah, very, very good at draft and sealed because you can stack multiple tokens on somebody when you know you're going to hit, or make them have to respect it, like a 6 power attack if you don't have a reaction, to either push through big damage or make them throw 2 or 3 cards from the hand at you, so you can keep some tempo. Death Touch, I think, is the MVP of all MVPs. This card's insane in Assassin and Ranger. Get as many red, yellow, and blue as you can. Can't be played from hand, no big deal for Azuri and the Rangers. Arachne, you just have to arsenal it. But yeah, 1 for 6. When it hits, you can create the token of your choice under your opponent's control. Oh, that's so good. And it's Assassin / Ranger. Yeah, 1 for 6, 1 for 5, even 1 for 4. F it. Throw them all in there. Toxicity. This card's going to be good and constructed and sealed. It's pretty nuts. Because if you can get a card to hit, they just straight up lose 5 health. Well, my camera keeps crashing, so we'll just finish it like this. Anyway, I was talking about toxicity and how when you get an Assassin or Ranger attack action card, the next attack action card to hit, when they hit a hero, they lose 5 health straight up. That's crazy, dog. I like it constructed, sealed, and draft. It's a little risky, but if you can combine this with like a freaking Death Touch, crazy, dog. So might be worth a spicy pickup of a couple because it does block for 2, so you gotta watch out. Virulent Touch. Can't be played from the hand, so I like this in Azuri. It's a 0 for 4. If it's defended by a card from the hand, create a Blood Rock Pox under the opponent's control. So you throw your stealth attack out. If they block with something from hand, you can just Azuri in this during the reaction phase and give them a Blood Red Pox. Pretty sneaky. These traps are alright, but they're only good against people who do reactions. It's kind of not the best unless you're playing against freaking Riptide. Same, Frailty Trap's good. Frailty Trap's good because all these classes have Go Again cards printed on them. Same with Inertia Trap. Everyone's pumping their attacks. So yeah, Frailty and Inertia Trap are good. Then yeah, here's the generic equipment I was talking about. You pay 1, prevent 1, and opt 1 on all 4 slots. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty interesting. Silken Gi. Next attack action card you play is -1. It costs 1 less to play. So you see all those 1 cost 5s. Make that free. Threadbare Tunic is good. Just gaining a resource on nowhere. Activate ability only if you have no cards in hand. Fisticuffs. As a reaction, you can pay 2 and gain +1 attack on the target card. That's going to be fun. Basically 2 resources to get a hit effect through on demand. Fleetfoot Sandals. Not that good. Target attack with 1 or less base gains Go Again in the reaction phase. Humble is very good in draft and sealed, in my opinion. When it hits, that hero loses all abilities until the end of their next turn. And it's 2 for 6. So yeah, Humble is going to be good in Azuri, especially. Infectious Host is kind of cheeky, 0 for 4. When it attacks, it doesn't have to hit. When it attacks, you transfer all your tokens over to your opponent. So I think it's definitely pretty cool. You even pick it up in blue if you need more blues because it has the same effect. Looking for a Scrap is very strong. All your blues have 1 attack value. So we're going to pay 1. It's going to come in for 4. But then you're going to banish a card with 1 attack power from your graveyard and give it +1 and Go Again. So that's a 1 for 5 Go Again. Not bad. Wreak Havoc, 2 for 6. No defense reactions. Good Azuri card. And very good against Riptide. Cut down to size is a cheeky 2 for 6 that they have to block it, or they'll have to discard a card if they keep 4 cards in their hand, which is nice. Ravenous Rabble is good. People will be running around a lot of reds, and it's a go again. So free go again attack and sealed is very good. Spring load is interesting. 1 for 2, but if you have no cards in your hand, it gains +3. So yeah, you're gonna have that one floating resource, and this is the only thing left in your hand or arsenal. Throw it out there for 5. I think that's gonna be good and sealed. Come to fight. 1 pumps your next attack by 3, no matter what it is. Go again, and it blocks for 3. This is sick. It's got the periphery. It's a sick pump for Azalea. Look at the top card of any player's deck. Next card you play from arsenal gains +3. Very, very good in Riptide and Azalea. And then Peace of Mind. Cost 2, but you prevent 4 damage from the next time you would be dealt damage. And you create a Ponder token, which lets you draw a card before you arsenal at the beginning of your end phase. Sorry my camera kept crashing, but that's my quick thoughts on Outsiders Sealed, the commons and rares. I hope that helps your thought process going into pre-release weekend. Personally, I like the assassin cards a lot. They speak to me. Ninja is very strong and solid as well, and Ranger has some heat. So yeah, overall I think Death Touch is going to be the biggest deal. If you can get your hand on the most Death Touches, that'll determine whether you play Uzuri or Riptide, in my opinion. Rightney Solitary Confinement might actually not be that bad either. So yeah, I would base it on Death Touch, and then either go Riptide or Uzuri from there, or Arachne if you get a lot of stealth. So yeah, hope that helps you guys. Enjoy your pre-release weekend, and I can't wait to do some box breaks of Outsiders. And I'll see you in the next video, and hopefully my camera stops crashing.